Thank you to the Pelham Pulse sponsors: RGA Tire and Auto, R&M Capital, Arone Exteriors, Extreme Electrical Solutions, the Pelham Perk, Michelle Daly from Caldwell Banker Realty, and the Scoop Shop. You're watching the Pelham Pulse with Nino and John. If you have topic interest, questions, or comments, please write to thepelhampulse@gmail.com.
Hi everyone, welcome to the third episode of the Pelham Pulse. I'm Nino Jafrida.
And I'm John Russell. Welcome to episode number 3 for the Pelham Pulse. Real people, real conversations, real Pelham. And we're joined by our local Parks and Rec director and director of the Hobbs Community Center, Brian Johnson, as well as our program supervisor, and summer camp director, Tim O'Connor, or Mr. Tim, as you are affectionately known as in the school system. Nino.
What's up?
We have an election recap.
Yes, we do.
We've had a busy couple of months for local elections, and I think you want to cover.
Yeah, so we'll go over that a little bit. So we started the day of Election Day with 10,265 registered voters. At the end of the day, there was 10,308 voters, so that's 43 people that registered to vote in Pelham, which is always a good thing to do. Say
that again? How many people registered?
43.
43 new registrants?
Yeah, there was new, yeah.
Got you, perfect.
Yep. So the total votes cast, this is where it gets a little depressing, was 2,194 votes. So out of those 10,308 votes, registered voters, there was only 2,194.
20%.
That voted.
Roughly.
21.3, yeah.
That's disappointing.
Yeah, it's very sad. So that's like 4 out of 5 people did not vote, which is, I don't know, sad.
Especially when our local elections are more important than, I don't want to say the national election is less important, but our local elections really determine, the taxes that we pay, and they really impact our day-to-day. Brian, I know you don't live in Pelham, but you've been here for several years as our 18 years, our Parks and Rec director. Timmy, I know you grew up in town, right?
Yeah, I've lived here my whole life.
And so that really impacts our day-to-day. So it's a shame, right?
Yeah, and that's 80% of the registered voters did not vote. So 80%. So 20% of these people are kind of deciding what happens with our town and the future of it. And the thing is, these elections, it affects our schools, people's property taxes that everyone loves to complain about on Facebook or whatnot. And they just still don't come out. So I really don't understand that. I think maybe I don't know how we could even begin to try to fix that. I don't think it's just a Pelham problem. I think it's a America problem.
It's not just Pelham,
yeah.
Right? If you guys didn't know, Nino is ridiculously passionate about local politics and doing the right thing. And Nino, how old are you?
21.
21 years old, right? I know you guys know Nino from around town, but super passionate about the betterment of our communities. And so I can sense he's getting a little riled up because he's frustrated, and rightly so, right?
Yeah,
but Nino, you're an impressive kid.
It's very, I don't know. Yeah, you know how I feel about it. But the reality of it, though, is like people, they complain about things on Facebook, or they send us emails, which I actually want people to do. Send us, their concerns, or if they disagree with me, like reach out so we can try to, I don't know, I can fix what I'm doing, or if I feel strongly in what I'm doing, try to explain it better to them on a one-on-one. But something has to change. 21%, but whatever.
The best way to make a difference is to be involved, right? So kudos to you for doing it.
Some people don't have the time, but it just takes 5 minutes to vote. So
it does.
They might not have the time to do what I'm doing or someone else, but they can at least go to the polls, that they drive past the main road on Marsh Road and pull into the parking lot, get out of your car, go in the building and vote, and then come back out. And then you can complain. You will have the right to complain if you vote.
I can't agree more, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
Disappointing with the deliberative sessions, right? The meet the candidate nights.
Yep.
You always see the same 20, 30 people in the room, right?
Yeah.
And you very rarely see the folks, as you stated, that the keyboard warriors, you very rarely see them show up. But there was less drama this year than previous years, no? Do you guys see any of the drama on social media? You stay away from it? Stay out of it?
Yeah, I don't really go on social media.
Well, smart.
Well, and I don't get involved in stuff on I used to a lot, and I've really gotten better with that. Like now that I feel I have to, my personal opinion really doesn't matter to me now, because I have to have the opinion of like, or at least try to have the majority of an opinion of the whole town, because I'm not representing myself, I'm representing the people. So I think that people, though, they think their vote might not, even mean anything, especially maybe some of the younger people. They're like, oh, it doesn't matter in one vote. But in small local elections, it really,
even in large elections.
Yeah, large
Every
elections
vote
too,
matters.
sure. But it's, like on the local side, though, like there could be a decision made by like 11 votes. Mm-hmm. That was actually a real example.
Some of them actually were very close.
Yeah, like 11 votes.
Yeah.
So 11 votes decided, who was elected on something.
Right.
So I don't know, but
let's talk about.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Let's send out some congratulations to our winners.
Yeah. So for the board of there was a few board of selectmen seats up. Actually, a majority of the board, 3 seats. The candidates for the 1-year term was Brett Gagnon and Bruce Blackba, and Brett Gagnon got that seat. So congratulations, Mr. Gagnon. For the 3-year term, there were 2 seats open, and excuse me for looking down, I'm looking at the list. There was Jay Bergeron, Charlene Takesian, and John LaRochelle. Charlene and Jay won their seats back because they were running for re-election. So congratulations to them as well. And then for the planning board, 3-year term, 2 seats was Jennifer Pequin and Nino Jafrida. And so congratulations to Jen and myself, I guess. The budget committee was for 3-year terms, and there was 3 seats, and that was Bob Sherman, Ken Wooten, Phil Haberlin, sorry, and Nikki Treadle. So Bob, Ken, and Philip won their seats. So congratulations. Oh, I'm sorry, actually, that is true. They won the election. Yeah, they won.
Yeah, we'll leave that at that.
For the supervisor of the checklist, do you want to do the supervisor of the checklist, John?
You need to mention town moderator James Hogan.
I'm sorry.
For 2-year term.
Yep,
right?
So congratulations, he was uncontested.
And then supervisor of the checklist for a 6-year term, there are 2 seats available. Lori Hogan, Debbie Cruzel, and Margaret Rubino. Congratulations to Lori Hogan and Debbie Cruzel.
Yep, and now, so the school board, there was 1 seat open on the school board, and it was Darrow Hall Jr. and Laurie Paradise that ran for that, and Laurie Paradise won that seat, so congratulations. Now, for the warrant articles that were on the ballot, which was a lot, and I can understand how that can be confusing to a lot of voters out there. So there was a lot of planning and zoning articles on there, and they all passed, so that's good. And that was just kind of getting us in line with the state's expectations. So now we're in line with the state and everything, so that's good. There was a lot of budget and financing warrant articles as well. They all passed. A lot of there was only 2 tax and exemptions articles, and they both passed. Environmental and conservation articles, those both passed. And then there was the citizens petition to repeal the Wetland Conservation District, the WCD, which was to eliminate the 50-foot buffer between wetlands and land where you can build. So that failed, so that we now still have our Wetland Conservation District, which is, okay. So that's the election stuff, I think.
Nina, let's touch on these warrant articles, because I think that's where people...
Yeah, we can
There's
talk about some.
a huge lack of understanding, I think, when
100%.
you get into warrant articles. And even myself, I read some of them, I don't know what they mean. And that's where the deliberative sessions really come in to help you understand what they mean, what the impact is. And so for those of you at home, that are watching and maybe have never been to a deliberative session. They're super important to attend. They're really helpful in understanding what's happening with, with the wetlands, right?
Yeah.
There was a lot behind that. And,
well, there was 2 warrant articles this year about wetlands, kind of. One of them I did not support, and I think a lot of people know that. And actually, both of them I didn't support. Yeah, both of them. Which was the one to, one of them was to designate certain properties in town as prime wetlands, and then one of them was to remove the wetland conservation district. And I believe that the citizens petition was a reaction to the Conservation Commission's warrant article, which was to label those certain few properties as prime wetlands. And I stated my reasonings on other platforms.
You were pretty vocal.
Yeah. And I actually respect the Conservation Commission and I see what they're trying to do. And I've had multiple conversations with certain members, and they've explained it to me, and I respect that 100%. But at the end of the day, we're still allowed to have our differences.
Sure. So huge thank you to all of the folks that dedicated themselves, their time, their energy, and put themselves out there on the line. Whether you won or lost, kudos to you for putting your name in the ring to dedicate your time for the betterment of our community. Yeah. It's not easy. There's a lot of baggage that comes with it that I don't think most people understand. Some folks are targeted for whatever reason, but good for you for putting yourself out there, and congratulations to our winners.
Yeah, and not just the people that volunteer to run for these positions, but the people that actually, and you said it too, but I just want to make it an extra point, that are there to help make the election day happen. So that's the town clerk and the clerk's office people, staff, the supervisor of the checklist, the moderator and assistant moderators, the Board of Selectmen, the Pelham Police Department, the Fire Department, the school district, and many other people behind the scenes that really make it possible for us to do that. Because I know people get there really early, like 4 a.m., because I'm out there trying to get the best spot to hold my signs. So I see them there, and some of them don't get paid for this. It's all volunteer. I mean,
it's a lot of work that goes into it.
Yeah, it really is.
A lot behind the scenes.
It does not go unnoticed, that's for sure.
Perfect. Let's take a quick moment to thank our sponsors. Yeah. Without our sponsors, this would not be possible. And just some background for those of you that may be tuning in for the very first time. This is Nino's baby. Nino, he's over there blushing right now, but this was Nino's idea. Nino wanted to put on a podcast where we talked to folks in town, where we talked about issues in town or good things in town, and highlighted, the best reasons to live in Pelham and what he loves about our community. And we're in this gorgeous studio. Recording this podcast, and the first episode Nino paid for out of pocket. It's not cheap, and so we thought reaching out for some sponsorship and some help to keep this thing moving along would be super helpful. So thank you to Extreme Electrical Solutions, the Scoop Shop, Arone Exteriors, Michelle Daly from Coldwell Banker Realty, the Pelham Perk. Great coffee at the Pelham Perk, and I had an amazing bowl of chili at the Pelham Perk a couple weeks ago.
Their donuts are really good.
I have not had a donut there yet.
I don't know where they get them from, but it looked really good. I was just going in there to use the bathroom real quick because I was holding my signs. I was holding my signs near the Rotary, and I was like, I really need to go pee. I need to use the restroom real quick, and I was like, let me just go into the Scoop Shop right there. And then I'm walking the bathroom, and I'm like, and I seen the donuts as I went to the bathroom, and I was thinking about them the whole time. So I saw the donuts.
You saw the donuts.
So I went, and after that, I got a donut. It was really good. But anyways, go ahead.
R&M Capital Property Management and RGA Tire and Auto Repair, thank you very much. We're super grateful for your confidence in this podcast and all of your help. So thank you so much.
100%.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with our special guest and get into all of the fun stuff and talk about Parks and Rec and all the programs that we have going on in town. So we'll be right back. Thanks.
Thank you to the Pelham Pulse sponsors: RGA Tire and Auto, R&M Capital, Arone Exteriors, Extreme Electrical Solutions, the Pelham Perk, Michelle Daly from Caldwell Banker Realty, and the Scoop Shop.
All right, now we are back with our special guest, the Parks and Rec Department. So why don't we get started with that segment, John?
Thanks, Nino. We're joined by Brian and Tim from Parks and Rec. Two of my favorite guys in town. Brian, I've been in, well, you are without question one of my favorite guys in town. Brian, you and I have known each other, I think now for 8 years.
Sounds about right.
I have done everything I could to be involved in your program. You run an amazing program. How did you end up, you said earlier on the show you've been here for 18 years. How did you end up in the Parks and Rec?
18 years. Oddly enough, I had started the flag football program in town with a friend of mine from Pelham, Dan Provincial. And we had been running the league, and it had been going real well. And they were looking for a Parks and Rec director. I didn't actually even apply for the job initially. And Kathy Carr, I had dealt with her in the office in Parks and Rec, and she mentioned to the town administrator, because they were not liking what the search was coming. And she said, why don't you call this guy from flag football? Everyone seems to enjoy flag football. So he called me, I went in, talked to him, and I ended up taking the job. That's how I ended up here.
Flag football's a huge program.
Still going.
Are you still involved in that?
Yep, it's still Dan and I still running it.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been doing that for 20 years. Yeah.
My kid loves it.
Yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun. It's a labor of love.
So 18 years, and I got to tell you, because I've been coaching for you in rec, whether it's taught soccer or basketball. What's the other? So what's the level above taught soccer? World Cup soccer. Yep. So I've been involved in all of that, and I love it. And you run an amazing program. The thing that always gets me is that there are kids from every surrounding town come to Pelham. Why is that?
It's kind of neat. I'm actually not sure. I know I did talk to some of the basketball season. The Wyndham guys, I guess they don't offer basketball for 7 and 8 year olds, so they come to Pelham. The Hudson guys were telling me that they didn't really like the rec program in Hudson. They enjoyed the Pelham program better, and that's why they were here. So I think it's kind of neat that we get all these kids from all different communities coming and playing here.
Well, I think that says something too about like the work you're doing for our town. So.
Absolutely, without question. Well, Nino and I had a 7 and 8 year old girls basketball team. And I think 70% of that team was from Wyndham.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
most of our team was from Wyndham, and they were great kids, great families. We had a great time. Girls basketball is completely other level.
Yeah.
I swear to God, they're more competitive. They're more fierce. Yeah. The girls. That was my first introduction to girls basketball, and we had so much fun this season.
I'm glad to hear that.
But most of the team was from Wyndham.
Interesting.
So,
I didn't realize
very
that,
cool. Good for you.
That's awesome.
Go ahead, go Nino.
I was just gonna say, like, just for people that might not know, like, what exactly does the Parks and Rec Department like do?
So our goal is to try to offer something for everybody. When I started there, I know the Parks and Rec Department was really focused on sports, but not everyone likes sports. So we started looking at other areas to get more kids involved that not necessarily are sports related. The theater program in town is amazing.
You run theater?
Yeah, the directors run it. We administer it.
I didn't know that.
I'm not going to take credit for what they do there. Those women do an amazing job, and the girls do just an amazing job. But when we started that, on Friday afternoon at 4 p.m., we had a little skit, minimal costumes, and it was a half-hour skit, and that was the end of the program. I don't know if you've seen any of our productions, but they're like one step below Broadway.
I went last year.
Yeah, they're amazing what these people do. The sets, the costumes, the acting. It's really been just an amazing program. So that's one of the ones we brought in.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
My wife and I always say, if we hit the lottery big, the first thing we would do is open an indoor sports center.
Yep.
Right? And then we would build a performing arts center.
There you go.
Right? Because the theater department, it just seems like it's getting bigger and bigger. And the tickets sell out in seconds.
I mean, the program itself sells out in minutes.
Yeah.
That's the only program where we actually say, registration opens at 10 a.m. on Monday.
Yep.
Because by 10:15, it's sold out.
It's gone.
Because they can only handle so many kids.
It's unbelievable.
They've got it to the point where we're doing one show. There's so many kids that want to do it. We're doing 2 casts.
Right.
So awesome. One cast does Friday night and Saturday afternoon. The other cast does Saturday night and Sunday. That's how big it's gotten, and
that's awesome.
It's really just a great program.
All right, I'm gonna commit to that. If I hit the lottery.
Yeah. Well, I hope you hit the lottery.
That's what we got.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Nino.
Yep.
Questions?
Oh, sure. So what are we doing right now to give young people more opportunities in Pelham?
As far as programs?
Yeah, like for the programs. Like what? Yeah.
So, I mean, spring sports are all kicking off, so we're running around a little crazy right now trying to get the fields ready and everything ready because the snow literally just melted. Now it's raining all week. Yep. But I know for spring sports, it's no secret, lacrosse is one of my favorites, the Outlaws. We started the Outlaws in 2009, and it's one of my favorite programs.
Parks and Rec started the Outlaws?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, we started the Outlaws. My son had played lacrosse, and I said, man, this is such a great sport. We need it in Pelham.
Yep.
So we started the Pelham Outlaws.
Where'd you come up with the name Outlaws?
The kids.
Really?
Yeah, the kids came up with it. There was a couple people early on who really had an impact with the coaching.
Yep.
Russ Moyer with the boys and Sandy Chason with the girls that really brought the love of the game.
Okay.
And the kids voted on Outlaws.
That's awesome.
And that's how we came up with the name
That's
Outlaws.
Great.
That's cool.
That's a great logo too.
Yeah, and I can tell you, and it's one of the things that I love about is and people don't know is we've had 38 kids who've come through the Pelham Outlaws that have received college scholarships to play at the next level.
That's amazing.
And you look at some of these high schools the kids have gotten into, with lacrosse being that piece maybe that pushed them over the edge. It's really been exciting to watch them go on to the next level and then the next level. The one problem with that is I did coach at the high school, and a lot of our better players leave for these schools, and it would be nice to keep some of them at home.
Right.
And because Pelham would be, at least at lacrosse, would be a dominant force in the state if the players stayed.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
Did you have something?
Well, yeah, just off that, are there any other sports like we're within our town that has gotten, like the students have gotten scholarships for college, or just the Outlaws?
The Outlaws, I think there's been a few soccer programs. The Red Hawks in town do an amazing job for those kids who want to take it to the next level. Basketball, I know we got Jasmine Vicot's playing up at St. Michael's right now, and she's having a great year. I think they went to the tournament, and they did pretty well in the tournament, from what I understand. So there has been kids in other sports, but I think lacrosse by far is way ahead of that curve as far as kids who've gotten scholarships to play at the next level.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's been really fun to watch.
That's has to be fulfilling for you as well.
It is, and to see the kids compete and see how well we do it's rewarding.
That's
sure.
awesome. And along the same lines, right? Like you're also giving young kids the opportunity to referee and coach and. Perfect example right here, right?
I've never looked at the numbers, but I would venture to guess that we are by far the largest employer of teens in Pelham.
Yeah.
I mean, just summer camp alone is 40 kids.
Now, do they all roll to you during those programs? Because I see you. When I go into
Tim's been a godsend for us.
Tim is Mr. Tim is everywhere. My kids love him.
Yeah.
I'm big on high fives. Timmy's big on high fives. Yeah. Right?
High fives and smiles.
I can't walk into the gym without seeing you. You are like a permanent fixture in all of the schools. And so now, do all of those referees report into you?
So when the season starts, we usually have the first week. Brian might come down. He'll give the refs a quick spiel, and then the rest of the season they report to me. Anything that happens, they're coming to me. If there's any issues with parents or teams or any rule stipulations, they'll come to me.
How many issues do you have with parents?
Oh man, too many to count.
Do you really?
But
Serious?
It always ends well. There's never been.
I've been with you for 8 years. I've never had a problem.
We keep it as under wraps as we can.
Tim takes care of a lot of right at the court, which I enjoy.
Just nip it in the bud.
Try and get it early. Try and get it out early. But I can speak as someone that I started back 2015, 2016 as a referee for basketball, and going through the program. I mean, the amount of just different kids I've seen ref different sports, it's ridiculous. Like it's the number one thing when there's high school kids that I coach a bunch of different teams when there's kids looking for jobs or I run into parents. Like the first thing I tell them is look into Parks and Rec, look for a sport. I mean, we offer just about any sport that a kid could want to do. And, you know, if a kid has interest in the sport, they play the sport, they know the sport, they have an avenue to go and referee.
So you know what I love is this year, so Nino and I coached along with our friend John Enos. We coached boys 9 to 11 basketball and girls 7 to 8. And we actually had your little brother, Brady, come in and spend a night with the boys basketball team.
Nice.
And so we took a step back as coaches.
At our practice.
And we let Brady he came in and he said, "What do you want me to do?" I said, "I don't care. You do what you do, right? Like this is your night." And first of all, he's a great kid. Your brother's a great kid. But he was so good with the boys, and I feel like our boys were on fire. We had a great season, but Nino will tell you, that was the pivotal point in our season was your brother coming in for a practice, and you could just see the level of the boys. They went from here, they were already great, and they just turned it up.
Well, I think they also think, like, you know, they're looking at a senior because he's a senior, so they...
He's cool.
They think that's cool and everything still.
I mean, it's difficult to imagine anyone cooler than you and I.
Well, I know. Well, I was gonna say, like, versus, like, you know, an older person that they have
Whatever.
to, you know,
Seriously?
they might think it's cool to have that younger.
Whatever.
We've had great luck with the kids coaching the kids.
Yep. Both Brady's have been great.
Even the last couple of years, we've had some high school students come. And
we didn't have enough volunteers. They said, "Well, I'll take a team."
Volunteer hours and coach the teams, and the teams always, even just in general in terms of how they do, the teams always perform well. The kids come out of it. You can tell there's a clear difference in their skill from the start of the season to the end.
Yep.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
You've got, so I don't know all of their names. I know their faces, and I see them all over town. Last year, 4th of July, one of them came. One of the girls came. She does soccer. She refs soccer, and she came over with her whole family to say hi to me, which was so nice.
And what I think is cool about, you know, the kids reffing is, like, for example, this varsity basketball team from the high school, like, they also, a lot of them reffed and helped out with that department.
Yeah.
So they kind of see the other side of playing the sport. Like, so now they're the ones getting yelled at when they make a call or something. So they understand it when they're on the court, which I think is pretty cool.
Can we talk about high school basketball?
Yeah.
So I know this isn't in your group, but I know this is exciting for everyone in town because the boys' high school basketball team and the girls' basketball team high school had an amazing season, right? A phenomenal season, and so I was super disappointed. I wanted to go see your brother on the last game, but it was on a Sunday, and I had to fly to San Francisco for a meeting, and I couldn't attend. But I sent him a message to wish him luck. But they had an unbelievable season, and your brother, your little brother, Nick. Hey, Nick.
Yeah, which
by
by the
be
way,
embarrassed.
We were going to try to have some of the players on the show tonight, but my brother decided to make sure they do not come, and he did not want to come either because he's embarrassed. So
now you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
You just called him out.
Yeah, and I'm gonna put a picture of him. We're gonna put it in right now. We're gonna do it. So go on right now. There's gonna be a picture of him when he was really young, playing basketball. So he should have just came on the show. It would have been much easier. That way I wouldn't have to embarrass him this hard.
So you have some highlights. You have some highlights, Nino?
Yeah, I do.
You want to show those?
Sure.
All right, let's take a quick break for some highlights. We'll be right back.
Switch it Violation on West. Python ball. First free throw by Hastings. Gavin Hastings. Brady O'Connor. Number 20, Nick Jafrida, back in for Pelham. West foul number 4, Braden Mariano. 5th personal foul. 15 foul. West is now over the limit. Number 13, Jaden Guzman reporting. First free throw by O'Connor is good. Number 15, Troy Corner. 20, Jafrida back in the Pelham. Two free throws, Brady O'Connor. Final score, Pelham 54, West 49. Congratulations to the Pythons. They'll be in the championship game Sunday at
Switch it up! tick, tick, boom. We bringing the noise. Go baby, we bringing our toys. Separate me from the boys. Chopper be singing, she'll be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I don't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's still quiet. We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Tick, tick, boom.
You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ain't going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
Versus Hollis Brookline Cavaliers. A strong second quarter by HB, outscoring their opponents 11-3. James Arthur attacks the basket. Cavs up 4 at halftime. In the second half, the Pythons bite back. Gavin Hasty with the spin move, and we're tied up at 31 heading into the fourth quarter. Hollis Brookline up by a point. The go-ahead shot attempt blocked here by Alton Williams. 14 points, 15 rebounds, and 3 blocks, including this one as time expires. Hollis Brookline caps an undefeated season, 42-37.
The pressure, I feel like, helped me a little bit. Kind of calmed me down. I like the pressure. I think pressure is a privilege. Coach says that a lot, and I feel like that helped us.
It's unreal. I mean, I don't even know what to say. This is crazy. Like, we've come so far throughout this year, throughout the season, and this means a lot to us. It means a lot for the program and everything, and all the fans that come to support us every single game. It means a lot.
Okay, and we're back. So as you can tell, the boys varsity team had a great, and girls, sorry, had a great, few great games, in those championship games. Yeah.
Had a fantastic season.
And I'm really, it's kind of sad, at the same time, because basketball's been a huge part of my life, even though I haven't really played it as much, but I remember being 4 years old, just going to my brother's games consistently, 3 games a week for the whole day, because there'd be tournaments, AAU, for literally my entire life up until right now. So, and I hate change. So, and it's sad to see, my little brother, I guess, getting older, and it's a new chapter. So, but it's definitely been a big part of our life. Him doing that, and I'm excited to see where that takes him.
Let's talk about high school. Nino's getting emotional over there.
No, I'm not.
He's well
It's because I sneezed.
Nick, your brother loves you.
I sneezed when we were on the break.
You sneezed. Nothing. Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah, I want to take a moment. Shout out some great accolades that the teams had over the season. For the boys team, they made it to the state championship. I believe they were only the 3 or 4 seed, but they still battled through it, made it to the championship. They lost a close game to undefeated Hollis Brookline, 42-37.
Yep.
And there were times in the game where they were right there.
Which you were at that game, right?
Yeah, and the score doesn't show what the actual.
No, but that bald ref with the big vein popping through his head, he could have had some way better calls. And I know everyone agrees with me that's watching this, but whatever.
But I will say, I believe there was, at one point, it was 3 minutes left, and it was a 1-point game.
Yeah.
The score, 5-point score, it was realistically, it felt like a 1 or 2 point game.
Wow.
Every shot mattered, every shot counted. But it was a fantastic
Just a
team.
battle.
Yeah, it was a battle the whole time.
That's awesome.
And it was a fantastic team. I mean, they had a great crop of seniors. With my brother being one of them, I've had the luxury to watch them throughout travel, throughout all these different things. Just a great group of guys.
You want to give a couple of those guys a shout out?
Yeah, let me shout out. I'll shout out my brother Brady O'Connor, Brady Hegan, Luke Estelle. Those 3 actually made it to the senior game. They got invited to that.
Oh, nice.
Others include Osinachi, Troy Forna, Quinn Blanchette, Jay Quinn, Nick Giafrida, obviously. And again, just a fantastic team.
And the announcer one, always is the announcer.
Oh my gosh, Chima, the best
one.
manager of all time.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Wait, one of my favorite games was we were at Pelham recently, and they put him in the game, and it was my first time seeing him play basketball since I moved to Pelham, and he scored a basket, and it was just a great
erupted.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's a great guy. You would love him. If you ever heard him announce too, he sounds like a
really good. Oh, that's awesome. That's amazing.
But also for the girls team, Grace Riley, 1,000 points. She scored 1,000 points in her high school career.
that's an accomplishment, right?
Her and Sophia Ganazzo, they made it to the. They got invited to the senior game as well.
Cool.
And I believe the girls made it to the Final Four, which is still a great accomplishment. Obviously, you'd love to see Pelham bring home a championship in either the boys or the girls, but. It just speaks to how Pelham is as a town in basketball.
You know what I loved is that there were all of these pictures of Pelham Police, Pelham Fire, and then the boys basketball team all rallying at the girls team. It was really cool. The way that they supported each other was really amazing.
And off of that too, one of the games at Pelham, I think it was the third to last game. The fire department, some of the people from the fire department came, and they were kind of behind the basketball hoop near the doors. And when I think it was your brother made a 3 or something, and it was just a great moment. They were going crazy. So they they brought the energy.
It was really good.
Yeah, but also the student section really,
off the charts.
Yeah, they were fabulous. The whole year the student section did a great job. I don't even know all the kids on there, but they really did. I don't know any of them. I can't even shout them out.
No,
or
it's
else I
perfect.
would. So I'm shouting all of you guys out if you're watching. Probably not, but
congratulations.
I definitely don't see. I don't see. The next couple of years, I don't see Pelham not being in those discussions against championship teams.
Well, they were there last year.
Right, and like Brian said, lacrosse is such a dominant sport. Pelham is always up there. I remember my 4 years in high school. I think we made it to either the championship or the Final Four every year in lacrosse. But basketball is, Keith Brown and even Zach James, Drew Brown, all these people great. We've always had great basketball.
That's awesome.
I look at even the travel basketball. They're always beating.
Travel basketball is great team
and they're always
too.
beating teams like Wyndham, towns that are close to double our population, and it's just such a steady, deep community in the basketball.
It really is
in the town for basketball. It's fantastic.
And these kids started in rec.
Most of them started.
Most of them started in the
Actually,
rec-
half the kids you mentioned refereed this year.
Yeah. You know, and I got to tell you, you manage a great group of kids, whether it's basketball or soccer. I'm not involved in lacrosse, and my son Andrew only played one season, and he didn't like the mouth guard, and he was gone. But he's a soccer kid, he's a basketball, baseball kid, flag football he loves, and you really do. You both, Brian, you run an amazing Parks and Rec department, and you have amazing offerings for our youth. And Timmy, you're involved in it all, and anytime I've had a challenge or a question on the court, this past weekend, right? We're playing indoor soccer, and the other teams have their water bottles halfway in the court, right? And as a coach, you don't want to go down and tell another coach how to run their team, right? So I make Timmy do the bad. I let him be the bad guy. But you always run a great program, and we appreciate it. So congratulations to the Boys and Girls High School team.
Yes, congratulations, but also a shout out to their coaches as well, too. I actually don't know his name. Do you?
The boys coach is Joe Morin. I'm blanking on the girls coach name, though.
Well, they do a great job, too.
I know Jason Riley is one of the coaches on that team, though.
And what I think is cool, I'm hearing, how other towns use our Parks and Rec department. So another cool thing, I think your leadership is really showing the younger generation how to be involved with each other, because for some of our Pelham games, we had the Salem, New Hampshire student section come to our games and just really enhance, the energy and everything. Actually, I think a few of them got kicked out by the police officer or something, because when the other team was taking their foul shots, they were under the net, jumping up and down. But then they ended up letting them back in, and everyone went crazy. So I really think we have a good. All our departments are great, but I think you guys really show, you kind of represent Pelham in the sports area, which a lot of people pay attention to, more than local elections, by the way. So I really think that you guys do a great job with getting out there with not just Pelham, other communities, which I think is absolutely a great thing.
Brian, let's talk about programs you've got coming up. As you mentioned, spring is here.
Spring is here, and that's
Snow's
all
gone.
kicking off.
What comes next now?
We got summer camp registration opens tomorrow.
Okay, and you manage summer camp, right?
Yeah.
All right.
He's my director right here.
Awesome,
yeah.
I love it.
Year 3 coming back for year 3.
Good.
Very excited.
So when does that open?
Tomorrow.
It opens.
Summer camp
Registration opens tomorrow.
Yep.
Okay.
So by the time this is out, it'll already be open.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when does summer camp start? Do you have
The
dates
week
yet?
after July 4th.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever that, I forget the date, 7th or 8th or something like that is when it starts.
And when does it end?
August 14th.
Okay. Cool. Good. So
we're looking
summer
forward to
camp, and then what?
Summer camp, we'll have blacktop basketball this summer.
Okay.
They're looking to do another teen production for theater this summer. What else we got going on? There's obviously all the fitness classes for adults. Men's softball will kick off into April.
Okay.
I think we're one of 2 leagues left in this area.
Really?
Yeah, we get about 12
What are the age
men's
groups?
teams. 18 plus.
Okay.
18 plus. We'll get about 12, 14 teams that'll come and compete this year.
Really?
Yeah, from all over.
No
They all
kidding.
come here,
Okay.
yeah.
And so this is kind of the hub.
Yeah, we have Newcomb Field's one of the nicest men's adult softball fields in the state.
Okay.
It's beautiful.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, a lot of people come for that reason. And
Nice. And then you've got soccer programs? Do you have spring soccer for Todd Soccer?
There'll be an April vacation soccer camp at
Okay.
Muldoon, and then there'll be another camp over the summer.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. They bring in the coaches from all around the world come. And,
Yeah.
I talk to them, they're great kids, and they spend their summer traveling throughout the United States teaching soccer.
That's
So
cool.
it's-
That's awesome.
it's a
Yeah,
really
we did
cool
that
job for them.
we did
Yeah.
that for a few years.
Is that the Challenger?
Challenger.
Challenger,
I did it when
yeah.
I was a kid.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
actually,
It's been around a long time
we
then.
housed,
Yeah, they've been doing it. It was here when I got here, and we just kept it rolling.
Oh, no kidding.
We actually housed 2 of the coaches one year. Shout out to Dan and Allie.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That's
It was
awesome.
awesome.
I didn't realize it's been on that long.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's great. So where do you see, Pelham Parks and Rec Department, in the next 5 to 10 years, growth-wise?
Believe it or not, we've actually taken a little bit step back.
Okay.
A lot of kids aren't really doing anything these days. We've noticed, our 9 to 11 boys bracket used to be 9 to 10 and 11 to 12, but we had to make it 9 to 11 to get numbers.
3.
So it's interesting to see where the population's grown, but actually our numbers have dropped some. We've offered more programs, so it kind of offsets it where it levels out. But a lot of the sports, the numbers are down, and it's just not in Pelham. It's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Right.
We used to have 6 teams in a 13, 14-year-old soccer division.
Yeah.
We don't even offer that anymore. We
used
stop
Really?
at 9.
Even in basketball, we used to have an A and B division throughout.
We had a 15 to 18 division.
Oh, that was
No
fun.
kidding.
Yeah,
I remember that.
all high school kids who didn't make the high school team would come play.
That's interesting because we
yeah.
have multiple towns that use our Parks and Rec department too. So
Because they're struggling too.
yeah,
You know, I know we stop our soccer program at 9 years old, and you know we met with other towns because they have the same problem. So
Yeah.
we created a rec league for 9 to 11-year-olds to play other towns in a rec capacity
Okay.
because no one else can put together
Wow.
numbers.
That's
so
a
I
shame.
don't know what's going on with the kids these days, but a lot of kids just aren't playing anything. You know, so it's kind of sad in that respect.
I wonder if that's screen time.
I think it has something to do with
Right.
it. I think it certainly has
Of course,
something to do with it.
you know, everyone's busier. Everyone has excuses.
Yep.
I know, like even my kids, right? Like my kids would complain about everything. Oh, I don't want to do that. And then when you're there, they have a blast,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like
Yeah, all
they
the
just, you know, you get in your comfort zone. You're on the couch, right? You're
Yeah.
watching TV. You're on your phone, whatever. I don't want to do that. And then, you know, I can't get them to come home after.
Right,
Right? It's like, all
right.
right, it's time to go. They don't want to leave. Can we give a shout out to your crew too? Right? Like you've got.
Yeah, I have the best crew. We
Amazing.
have so much fun. It's
Amazing.
It's a joy coming to work every day. Janine, Bonnie, I just left them an hour ago. You
And
know.
Cam?
And Cam, of course, too.
Yeah.
Cam's been with me a long time.
Yeah. How long has Cam been with you? Because Cam's on the younger side too.
Cam just turned 30, so he's probably been with me about 6 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
another one does a great job.
Yeah,
Right.
another kid who just really cares about
Yeah.
what we do there, you know.
Yeah, he's always there. And Janine, I have to give a shout out to Janine because she puts up with me.
Yeah.
And I feel like I email her a lot about a lot of things. And, you know, for me, I'm super passionate about your program, right? Like my kids have grown up in your program. You've blessed me with being able to coach a lot of kids in town.
When we see your kids sign up, we're like, there's one, we got to coach.
I think I've coached hundreds and hundreds of kids in town, and that for me has been a huge honor and a big blessing. But I know I'm a pain in the butt with Janine, and she's been so good to me.
Not just
so
her.
thank you, Janine, and we miss you, Kathy. Kathy Carr was amazing too.
Yeah, she was my partner in crime
yeah.
for many years,
Yeah.
and then she retired. Yep.
Yep.
So you don't just do the younger kids in our town.
No,
You also do another age bracket.
I was in
The mature.
Yeah, the mature.
Yeah.
The mature.
I was
The
handed
people that vote.
Yes.
the Hobbs Community Center.
Yeah.
It's been about 2 years now.
Yeah.
And that place is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
The patrons over there are wonderful. They're very appreciative of everything we do.
So what is it that you do there?
Yeah.
Right. So I know my kids. You had us come in. You were super gracious, and you allowed them to come in to do an ice cream social.
They loved it.
Which they would like to do that again, by the way.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that. But the kids came in and they served ice cream to all of the seniors or the more mature audience.
Yeah.
But what other programs do you do there?
We actually, it's funny because when I started there, I was talking to people like, "What do you want?" You know, this is new to me, and they love to dance.
Really?
They love to dance. So we throw a lot of parties over there, and it was funny because I said, "What do you think?" It's like 5 p.m. to 8. They're like, "What?" You know, over at 3. I mean, so I'm like, "We're gonna party at noon. All right, this is great."
That's phenomenal.
You know, so we do a lot of dances. We actually, shout out to the Street Song. They're a house band, believe it or not.
Yeah.
We actually got a house band that plays there. Drummer, guitar player, bass player,
Nice.
and they're amazing. We do a lot of music over there. Over the summer, we have Wednesday live music lunches every other Wednesday. But we do have a lot of celebrations every holiday, anything you can think of. What we're
You do
celebrating.
coffee with a cop over there too, right?
Yeah, we do a lot of those programs, a lot of exercise classes, bone builders, and
Now the
Tai
dog
Chi.
too. What's the name? Radar.
Radar.
Yep.
It's really busy over there. I mean, cribbage is hugely popular.
Awesome.
Pickleball.
Pickleball's huge over there.
Is it really?
Oh, huge.
yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, huge. Yeah, you can't get on a court from, say, 8 to 11 a.m.
That's
then
awesome.
at night, the night crew comes in at night.
Who has like access to that, and also the tennis courts across
Tennis
the
courts are the school.
Separate? Okay.
That's separate, but the pickleball courts are open.
To
They're
anyone?
Always open. Anyone. To
Okay.
anyone. Yep. We do have a great volunteer coordinator who helps us coordinate out there and lets me know what's needed out there.
Yeah.
Lynn Hildreth is really our pickleball coordinator volunteer, and she does a lot over there and lets me know what's going on and what's needed.
So this is like a kind of like a budget committee question, I guess you could say. When you come to present your budget to the budget committee, is that part of in there? I should know that.
No, it's kind of funny is people don't realize this. Everything we do is self-funded.
Through the Parks and Rec.
Through Parks and Rec, even the Hobbs. We do get
You came in front of us for something.
Well, so the budget, for those who don't know, the budget, Parks and Rec and Hobbs is now combined budget. We get $500,000 a year, which is one of the smallest budgets in town.
Yep.
Everything we do, we do have the Pelham Council on Aging, who is a huge help. They give us about $15,000 a year to subsidize these programs.
Okay.
So, when we throw a big cookout, I mean, it really costs us $27, $30 a person, but we charge them $10 a person because we want everyone to come.
Yep.
And the Council on Aging helps us subsidize that.
Okay.
On the Parks and Rec side, when you pay your registration fee, those fees support that program. Everything from referees to the field paint, to any equipment needed for that program.
Uniforms.
None of it is tax dollars.
Okay.
And what people don't understand sometimes is that money is also for reseeding the fields and aerating the fields. There is nothing in our budget
Except
for
not the
field
school
maintenance.
ones, though. Not the school fields, right?
No, we don't have anything.
Right, nothing with
Just the
school.
town fields.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So everything is built into the programs. Nothing in our budget goes into those fields.
Okay.
Which is interesting, and a lot of people don't realize that. I know we left the lights on at Muldoon one time, and someone screamed and yelled on Facebook about, what is this costing me in my tax dollars?
Yeah.
It's not costing you anything, because baseball pays for the light bills in the spring.
Yep.
Soccer will play with the Razorbacks in the fall. All of that is paid for with program money.
Right.
That's
It's
awesome.
not tax dollars.
And so that's a great point. So for you're all self-funded, but then when you look at Muldoon, some of that cost is shared between Pelham. So I'm on the board of Pelham Baseball, shared by baseball, shared by Razorbacks. So that's not all coming from you.
No, and it's the partnerships that we've developed over the years that make it work. Pelham Baseball does not pay a fee to use those fields, even though they're an independent program. But what's expected is Pelham Baseball to take care of those fields, which
So
they do an
Pelham
amazing
Baseball
job.
takes care of all the upkeep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's rare that any money from Parks and Rec will go into the baseball fields. We do help when needed. They'll say, hey, listen, we're a little short. Can you help me out here? We'll do our best to help out. For years, the Razorbacks took care of the football field.
Yep.
The Red Hawks soccer program is really taking care of 12-1 Mammoth Road fields.
Right.
The flag football takes care of Lions Park and Raymond Scout Lodge fields.
Yeah.
So you have all these independent programs who are using the fields, but they're the ones taking care of them.
They're paying for them. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good info.
So that was a lot of good information. What would your ideal vision of the Pelham Parks and Rec department be? Like what would that be?
I mean, honestly, with there, I love people I work with and all that. A couple of things that I see, I live in Londonderry, and I see what Londonderry does is they have an overabundance of fields. We have really the minimum amount of fields we need to make things happen. The biggest problem we run into as town is we have no time to repair them.
Space.
So the fields goes from being beat on all spring,
Right.
you get July and August off, then they get beat on all fall. There's not a lot of time to repair them. What would be nice is to have a couple extra full-size fields so we can say these are our spring fields and these are our fall fields.
Yep.
So we have time to repair them and seed them, because
I know that
seeding in July is not ideal.
The field behind the police department where we play flag football
Gets beat to death.
sometimes it's like the Dust Bowl,
Yeah.
right?
So every year we spend money to fix those fields, sod them, seed them, whatever we got to do. But 3 weeks into the season, they're dead again.
Yeah.
They look great for the first week, but then we just beat the hell out of them
Right.
again. So it'd be nice to have some fields to be able to rotate them and close this field for the season, and then those are our fall fields. That would be ideal.
Yeah, that probably would be ideal, and that could. I don't know.
We're looking to
That's
certain options. We'd
interesting.
love to do something with the Veterans Park field,
Yeah.
but it's so hilly that I had someone look at it. It was going to cost a fortune to try to level that.
Right.
That's difficult to get in and out of too, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
over.
It would almost be like, hey, we can use it for practices.
That's over Keys Hill.
No, that's Veterans Park where the summer camp is.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
It's much hillier than you think.
Is it
We
really?
went to level.
It's a big field, but
Yeah.
it's not until you start walking on it where you're literally going
Oh,
up,
really?
down,
Yeah,
like-
it's always going to cost a lot of money. I know we've been talking with Jay Croto and the BOS. We're looking at maybe going back further in Lions because we own some land
BOS
there.
meaning Board of Selectmen.
Yeah, Board of
in case
Selectmen,
no one
yeah.
knows.
We're looking back to maybe going at Lions
Okay.
and put another field in there.
It's good.
We have some room up at Raymond to maybe do something up there, but it all comes down to fundraising and money.
Right.
You know.
Fundraising would be great, you know, if that project could happen through like a fundraising event, that would be awesome. Is there one thing you want Pelham residents to know about your department, your Parks and Rec, and how you operate, or just anything in general?
I think we talked about it a little bit. Was the self-funded? A lot of people say, "Well, my tax dollars." No, your tax dollars didn't pay for that.
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest thing people should know
Yep.
is that everything is self-funded,
Okay.
and your tax dollars are not paying for the kids playing soccer. And I'm actually a huge proponent of if you use it, you pay for it.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
For sure.
So the kids who play soccer and lacrosse, they're the ones paying for the repairs to Muldoon Fields.
Yep.
The baseball, the kids who play baseball are paying for the repairs, the improvements to Muldoon Park.
Yep.
I'm a big proponent of that. So
How can the community better support what you do?
honestly volunteer to coach.
Okay.
I mean, every year we're beating down doors to get people to coach their kids. It's difficult,
Right.
to find coaches that want to give up, an hour a week or a couple hours a week to coach the kids. So that would really be the biggest support is when we're looking for volunteers to volunteer.
I'll tell you one of the most rewarding things I've ever done.
I've coached sports for 35 years,
Yeah.
and there's nothing more rewarding. I mean, for me, it happened to me the other day. I was with my wife shopping at Hannaford's, and 35-year-old, 30-year-old guy came up and he goes, "Hey, coach."
Next to husband and dad, coach is
Yeah.
my favorite name. It is really rewarding if
It is,
if
really.
you've got a child in Parks and Rec, participating in any sport local, get involved, coach your kid. You don't have to. I don't know anything about soccer, and I know only a little bit about basketball. And both teams went to the championship this year, right? Like,
Yeah.
get involved, have fun. It's awesome, and
It's extremely rewarding.
yeah, it definitely
Extremely
is.
rewarding.
Yeah, and you get to work with these two guys.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything like what your vision for the Parks and Rec department would look like in the future?
I just hope to see it continue to grow. I've had thoughts in terms of, for example, I mean, it's a big wish, but like in terms of like Chunky's closed down.
Yeah.
I've always had the idea of like if we could find a way for the town to raise the money for like an indoor center, some type of turf field, basketball courts.
Well, that's a great thing too, and I actually think that would be an awesome thing, and I don't necessarily think it has to be through the town too. Like some private person
Right.
can come and put in a sports
Be
facility
perfect for basketball.
and rent it out and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's a huge business. So if anyone is out here watching that wants to buy a building or build
Oh, yeah.
something in a good spot, of course, because
And like Brian said, we've been expanding our,
Yeah.
what we offer, the different programs, and I just want to keep seeing us expand because
well, I think that will enhance really the Parks and
Yeah,
Rec.
and another thing, if
Revenue, too.
If people have ideas,
Yep.
we've had some of the crazy ideas. Someone would say, "Hey, it'd be great if we did this." And I said, "Well, let's give it a go."
try it, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's give it a go.
And it's also a revenue source as well. I mean, if you're renting that out to other, sports teams or leagues that need somewhere to go, because there's not too many near us. I mean,
Most of them are closing.
yeah, like the one in Derry. just
Derry
closed
Sports
down.
on I heard
Derry
the
just
sportsplex in
closed.
Bedford sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's not too many around.
Tingsboro's growing.
Tingsboro?
They
Tingsboro
lost
just-
one building, but they added to the other
They
one.
just put in a new building. That was the new one. They shut the old
Yeah,
one.
we rent some
Yeah.
time there for our spring teams.
One more thing I'd like to say though, if you're a kid in high school or you have a student in high school and they're looking for some type of work, some type of job, we are always offering, whether it's reffing, even the summer camp. I mean, we have some people that could attest. It is the best job in the world.
all year round.
All year, we have stuff all year round, but the
Does-
summer camp especially. I mean, we
Yeah, I
still
mean,
have
talk
some
about a
open
great summer
spots
job. You get to play outside.
right.
So,
the kids.
So I know your coaches and refs, well, not the coaches, but the refs get paid,
Yes.
right? But does it also count towards community service hours?
So it's
Not if you're getting paid.
It's one or
Not
the
if you're
other,
getting paid.
Yeah.
Got you.
So
But they could volunteer their time.
Yeah, we've had some refs actually like, they need, say it's 20 community service hours. They'll volunteer for the first half of the season.
Yeah,
And once they get
and
the
then
community service hours, they'll get paid for the other ones. Stuff
You
like
gotta
that.
do
We're-
this.
Awesome.
We're flexible.
You gotta
with
do
that.
this.
If you have a kid that's a freshman or a sophomore in high school, we offer CITs over the summer. It's 6 weeks. They come, they get all their volunteer hours done over one summer.
that's awesome.
And they don't have to worry about them at all.
That's
It's
great.
Awesome. It's great.
Don't wait till your senior year because we get those calls every year in February. I
Panicking.
need 40 hours.
Panicking.
Well, there's 2 feet of snow on the ground. There's not
Right.
a lot
There's
going on
nothing you
that
can
we
do.
can help you
Yeah.
out, you know?
Yeah. So big shout out to all of the refs and all the students that do, whether they're getting paid or they're donating their time. You've got, they're all great. Your brother Brady, the other Brady, Luke, Tyler McDonald's my dude.
Yeah, we love Tyler. Yeah.
He's such a good kid. And then you've got a couple of girls. I don't know their names, but they're phenomenal. One of them works at the scoop shop. I don't know her name is.
Emma Bowles.
Great kid.
Yeah.
Great kid.
Well-
But thank you.
And thank you to everyone there, and thank you for you guys for coming
No, thanks for
on the
having us.
show
Thanks.
tonight.
Yeah,
I truly
we appreciate
appreciate it. It's you guys are probably one of the coolest departments, I'd say.
Yeah, we're the fun department.
You're the fun department.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
department,
thank you that,
yeah.
and we're
For
going to
sure.
thank our sponsors one more time. So thank you to Extreme Electrical Solutions, The Scoop Shop, Aron Exteriors, Michelle Daly from Coldwell Banker Realty, The Pelham Perk, R&M Capital Property Management, and RGA Tire and Auto Repair. And remember, if it matters in Pelham, it's on the Pulse. Thank
Brian
you,
and
Pelham.
Tim, thanks for being here. Good night, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
Hall of Fame and Nona.
You're watching the Pelham Pulse with Nino and John. If you have topic interest, questions, or comments, please write to thepelhampulse@gmail.com. Thank you to the Pelham Pulse sponsors: RGA Tire and Auto, R&M Capital, Aron Exteriors, Extreme Electrical Solutions, The Pelham Perk, Michelle Daly from Coldwell Banker Realty, and The Scoop Shop.